Like iron from the fire, getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable.
Standby break. 3, 2, 1.
This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I've got the lightning inside me. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made. I'm like a titan that's rising. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made.
Hello and a very good evening to everyone joining Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, the www.thepapare.com. We are coming to you live from the Nittawela Stadium, the home of the Kandy Sports Club, the defending champions. And we are here for a big clash between Kandy and Havelock. And joining me in commentary is Adib Gibran. Adib, Kandy have been unbeaten so far, and Havelock travelling up to Nittawela surely will look to turn the tables on the defending champions.
A very good evening once again. It seems to be a bit of humid in Kandy too. Doesn't make a big difference for the boys from Havelock Park to play at Nittawela today, because the ground conditions are way too similar to the conditions in Colombo. It's indeed going to be a big clash for Kandy Sports Club and Havelocks. So we're looking forward. Havelock stays at the number 4 position, whereas Kandy has a margin of 15 points, leading the table for the season 2019 and 20.
Yeah, and on screen the Havelock Sports Club warming up, always travelling to Kandy. Havelocks hadn't really have a great deal to boast about, and this is the confirmation. Kandy taking on Havelock Sports Club. This is a big clash on previous years as well, but this time Kandy have really pulled out from the rest and have established a 15-point gap at that top out, and Havelock surely will look to make Kandy suffer at Nittawela. They are unbeaten so far. This is the Havelock team, and very true, Adib. No much humid conditions. Preferably, Havelock really would look, and we'll take a look at the weather. It's hot and humid here. The maximum temperature of 28 degrees Celsius, and it can go down to 26 degrees of Celsius, and the wind speed that will affect the kickers, 18 kilometers per hour, and it's partly cloudy here. It for now doesn't look like there'll be much rain or any rain at all as the day progresses, but it's good conditions for running rugby.
Absolutely. Last game was played under lights, which didn't make a big difference. I think Havelock Sports Club's management would have thought it it would be a difficult task for Kandy Sports Club to play under lights, but Kandy settled things down later towards the second half of the game, and if Havelock Sports Club can upset Kandy Sports Club here at Nittawela, it will definitely be the surprise for the 2019-20 season, because it has been a walk in the park for Kandy Sports Club. Like even last week, CR played really well, but at the end of the day, the backline combination and the reserves for Kandy Sports Club make a difference. Even after the 60th minute of the game, the face from the beginning is the same till the end. So Kavint, it will be a big game for the Kandy and Havelock's fans to watch out.
And that's it for now. We'll go for a short commercial break, and when we do come back, we'll have the live action.
The Anandian Battalion is ready to meet their Nalandian brethren as the maroon flags prepare to fly high for the 91st time. March Madness 2020. Ananda versus Nalanda, the 91st Battle of the Maroons, on the 7th and 8th of March from 9 a.m. onwards. Live on Dialog Television, Dialog My TV, and ThePapare.com.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
Hello, very good evening. We are back live with the action. Kandy taking on Havelock Sports Club. On your screens, Havelock Sports Club warming up. It'll be an interesting game as we spoke earlier and took a look at the weather. And this is Havelock, who have had a very average season. They lost to Police Kandy in the first round, and come the second round, they've already lost to Police and CRNFC. They have much to prove in this game. so much of classy players in that Havelock squad. And we'll take a look at the last week results. This is how it panned out. Havelock Sports Club inching 5 tries, 25 points to 18 against Navy. That was at Valisar. And Police running away against Army. It was a high scoring game, 47 points to 31 was how that ended. And CHNFC taking on Air Force, that was at Ratmalana, 26 points to 17 was how that ended. CHNFC securing a bonus point as well. And Kandy running against CRNFC, that was deemed to be a close match, but Kandy proved their significance, running away with 39 points to 15, 6 tries under their belt, securing another 4 try bonus point. That was the last week results. Taking a look at that, the Havelock CRNFC, it was however they were the toughest contestants for Kandy.
Absolutely. It was like, by the looks of the game, it was a very tough looking game. But right after the game, when you look at the scoreboard, it's 39 points to 15. That's what Kandy Sports Club is capable of. Air Force versus Navy Sports Club was also a very close game, 24 points to 21 in favor of Navy Sports Club. And again, Army Sports Club taking on CHNFC, 27 points to 25. That was also a very crucial game where it went on a last minute penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and this was the this week results. Air Force taking on Navy and Army taking on CHNFC. 2 tight games this week, and will this be a tight game as well? We'll look forward for a tight clash. Kandy only have been pressured once, that was against Navy. 16 points 14 was how that ended. And Kandy significantly was leading 16 points to 0 at halftime against Navy. That was at Nittawela. And had Chandra Senaviratna put that penalty at the last moment, surely Kandy would have backpedaled.
Absolutely. The man that you just saw right before the top try scorer, Janidu Dilshan, you saw Kabindu Pereira. Good to see him back after the fracture in his wrist.
And what a player this has been. Is the league winner for Royal College, and the top point scorer Tharinder Atwatta. He'll be playing today. 107 points. He broke the triple figure mark last weekend against CRNFC with that kicking duties, and his comeback from CRNFC to his hometown, and he's proven to be a classy player. He's always been that exuberant player at school as well, playing for Trinity College, and he's really turned out and made his mark here at the Kandy Sports Club as well. And the last time these two teams met at Havelock Park, that was at Under Lights. Kandy early score for them, and Buwana Kudangamu the player of the match that game. And Buddhima Peratna, he'll be not featuring today here at Nittawela. Instead, Kandy Pereira has made his way. He's had a slight niggle in his knee, and Buwana Kudangamu the man of the match. He had a telling performance that game as well, Adib.
What a player Buwana Kudangamu has turned out to be, a product of Dharmaraja College Kandy, winning the league in 2013, coming down to the home club, performing a good piece of rugby.
And 12 points to 5 was how it was at half time. And mind you, Prince Charmer missing 5 points on the kicking tee as well. And Kavindu Pereira going over for the try, and Tharinder Atwatta bisecting the post, and 22 points to 5. And Havelock then made a surge and scored a couple of tries. 22 points to 12 was how that game ended at Havelock Park. That was a mouth-watering match. Both teams really had it, but Kandy showed their class at the end and proved that they are the defending champions and they are here to prove a point. And the other match today, CR and FC will take on Police. Here it is on your screens. That is at Police Park. The winner of this game, if CR wins, they'll tie Police at 54 points all, and if Police wins, they'll make it 59 points, and they'll surely somewhat secure the second spot. And for Police, that is really a big deal coming in to the rugby league.
Police to upset Kandy Sports Club. Kandy should lose the next 3 games in line, which is a bit of a nightmare, but we see both the teams walking into the dressing rooms to change their jerseys.
Both teams are doing the final preparations, and they'll have a word. Fazil Marija surely will have a couple of words to say against this Havelock team. He's had a fantastic outing against. He has had fantastic outings against Havelock in the past, and a couple of new names featuring as well. You see the Kandy Huddle. There you see Chatura Soisa, who played for Kingswood last year. He's featuring in this team as well, and another inclusion, Bhavanta Udangamua, the brother of Buana Udangamua, also featuring in this team.
Good to see young lads stepping in to Kandy Sports Club, brushing shoulders with the giants. Good signs for Sri Lanka rugby to be seen. And also coach Sanat Martis will have a lot of experience to share in their dressing room as well. They're not here to lose for sure, even though Kandy Sports Club is the defending champions. This man on the screen, Roshan Veeratna and Tarindu Chaturanga, has been phenomenal for 2019-20. He has been a silent killer, if I'm not mistaken. He's been everywhere in the defense for Kandy Sports Club.
Tarin Chaturanga already has 3 player of the matches as well, and both the coaches have had really had so much of faith in the NIV phases, who's boys who have just gone out of school. He's had a lot of faith, and we'll take a look at the Havelock Sports Club. Dayan Sabah, Azmir Fajuddin and Faiz Abdullah forming the front rows, and Gani Dulakshan and Umesh Madhusan forming the lock combination, and Senal Dilaka and Shaukat Lahir. What a player he has been this season. Although Havelock has had an average season, he has had a brilliant season, has Shaukat Lahir. And returning is Lahiru Karuna Tilaka, the former Science number 8. He has missed the season so far. This is his first outing. And Ravin Fernando, the former Peter Wright, and Sandesh Javikrama at the fly-half position. The wings for today, Keshan Kavinda and Ramesh Fernando, and forming the center combination is Dinusha Nariapala and Randy Silva. Santosh Algama will be at fullback, and the replacements, Sven Muller, Dilanka Malisha Madhumevan, Prince Tamara, Tanuja, and Dayan Sabah. Mithun Habukadu also finds himself at the bench, and Tikshana Dasanayaka forms the Havelock Sports Club.
Quick look at the table toppers. Ashan Darling, Damit Disanayaka on playing as hooker, Charles Praveen, the big prop forward, Zahiru Anthony, Shehan Patirana, Jason Disanayaka, Tarindu Chaturanga, Buanaga Udangamu at number 8 position, Roshan Veeratna as the scrum half, Nigel Ratwat, Dilushka Dange has been brought over to the center position, Tarindra Ratwate, Lavanga Pereira, Kavindu Pereira and Danush Dayan. Quick look at the replacement, Ganuka Disanayaka, Lasita Heshan Jansen, Bhavanta Udangamua, Ali Chatura, Srinath and Oshan. That's the Kandy Sports Club outfit for this big game against Havelock Sports Club.
So much of experience in the likes of Shehan Patirana, Nigel Ratwat, Tarind Ratwat, all star players for Kandy, and returning is Kavindu Pereira to that number 14 jersey, and Diluk Shidange secures his possession, and inclusions Chatura Soisa and Bhavan Toudangamua, the young school boy players, and Heshan Jensen, Heshan Kalhar rather, also finds himself on the bench, and Srinath Surya Bandara will also be on the bench. And the match officials for today, Ishank Abekon acting as the referee, and Priyantha Gunarakta and Ravin Alexander acting as the first assistant and the second assistant. Both all very experienced referees for today's games, and it'll be an interesting clash, and not much of a crowd today as compared to the CR game, but they send the media and the rubber and as we already know it is
I think it's
packed
because
already.
of the Sri Lanka versus West Indies cricket game happening at Pallekele. After a while, we have a cricket game in the central province. Good to see people walking in numbers.
Both teams will walk out minutes, and we'll have a kickoff at 4:15. Adib, given the fact that Havelock are facing an unbeaten team, what do you think Havelock needs to do if they are to upset this free-running Kandy team?
I think, Kavin, they would have definitely done their homework. Like, it has been 2 rounds, and we have almost come to the latter part of the second round. Coach Sanat Martis and the Havelock team would have sat, done their whiteboard sessions, ground sessions, and everything. They would have read. As we saw in their warm-up session, they're looking at more faces, which Kandy is a bit not used to. I think that that's going to be their game plan today, because Kandy is used to their pattern, a running rugby game. So what I feel is that they've read all throughout how Kandy played their games, and they're going into more faces this time. That's what I smell, and that's what exactly they should do as well, because when we look at the CR game, the first half, CR's played a lot of faces. Then it was a bit of a confusion for Kandy to settle down in the first half. Here we go.
And Kandy starving them of possession is how you upset it. And Kandy, last time they lost, it was against Army last time around. And on your screens, former Peter Wrights, Fayaz Abdullah and Teekshana Dasanayaka, and also 2 Josephians, Keshan Kavind and Santosh Algama. Santosh Algama had a brilliant game last week. He was the player of the match in that game as well. The final huddle for Kandy, for Havelock rather. And as we see on the background, Kandy team with a huge cheer running onto the field, and this is Ashan Darling who will start for Kandy, and another big man, Charles Praveen. They'll have a lot of defending to do against these good Havelock forwards, a good set of forwards. Havelock is known for their rolling maul throughout the Dialog Rugby League, throughout the previous seasons as well. It will be Kandy who kicks the game off, and Damit Disanayaka is turning out to be a veteran at Kandy. He's already scored 2 tries last week as well. And this man, Umesh Madhusan, surely will have a lot of running rugby. And Nigel Ratwat playing with a torn wrist ligament. He was out for a couple of games as well. And instead, Lakshita Ranavira was and Srinath Surya Bandara who replaced him for the Navy game. And Dinushan Aryapala as Kandy will kick things off from the left to the right. The preferred way. Nigel Rathwat puts a high hanging kick and Shaukat Lahir knocks the ball forward and Tarinder Rathwat opts to play it on as Umesh Amalshan holds him up. Kandy. Yes, Buonakodangamu, good tackle on Buonakodangamu first half.
Get back.
Ganindu Lakshan that was. Yes, numbers on the outside. Dhanush Dayan taking the ball into contact. Clearing his line was Roshan Veeraratne. Some good tackles coming in for Kandy, but the line has been offside, playing with an advantage. Diluk Shadange, he has been bundled into touch, but Kandy were already playing with an advantage. Adib.
Wait, number 7.
Absolutely.
Number 7.
But Havelock Sports Club's defense seems to be a lot more
number 7.
improved when
Offside.
we look at the games that they played previously, because they have a drifting defense strategy, which is good to see against Kandy Sports Club.
And Kandy have opted to go to the line out. This is interesting, very interesting. Last time around, Kandy opted to go for the 3 points first up. This game around,
Captain Kaudri.
they have opted to go for the line out. Here's the replay. This was Roshan Veeraratne, and you can see the number 6, Senal Delaka it was, who strayed offside. That was what referee Shankar Bekon pointed at the Havelock. Here's Shan Lema Patirana forming the rolling ball. The ball goes back to Buonakodangamua. The barging number 8, as he has been taking the ball forward. Ruck has been formed and the ball is available for Roshan Veeraratne. Tarindu Chaturanga to Damit Disanayaka, who is a touch isolated, but good work from Tarun Chaturanga. Here's Nigel Rathwat with a cross kick and Diluk Shadange is over. It is Dhanush Dayan. Rather beautiful work from Nigel Rathwat.
Sri Lanka's 7th sensation, Dhanush Dayan, collecting it perfectly. What a playmaker Nigel Rathwat has been coming 2019-20. He's making a remarkable year for Kandy Sports Club. He reads the situation perfectly, and just take a look at it. He reads the situation, identifies it. Roshan Veeraratne feeds the ball in, takes his own cool time, and makes no mistake. Dhanush Dayan, try time for Kandy Sports Club.
There you go again. And what was interesting there was that the Kandy forwards sucked in all the defenders, all the forwards to that line. It was Damit Disanayaka who sucked in the defense, took a couple of players and sent the ball. Roshan Veeraratne sent the ball out wide to Jason Disanayaka as Tarinder Rathwat strays his first kick. And Kandy up 5 points to nil against Havelock. And going back to the try, Jason Disanayaka quickly sent it out to Nigel Rathwat, who spotted there was a gap. Keshan Kavinda wasn't down enough, and Dhanush Dayan went over for the try. He's been brilliant in the air as well. Dhanush Dayan. Here's Sandesh Dayavikrama puts a high up and under. Doesn't go the 10 meters, or does it? Just finds inside the 10 meter mark, and Kandy will have another line out.
Centre mark.
Just was wondering how much effort and how much practice sessions, how many kicks would have Nigel Rathwat would have taken to make that perfect kick on this platform today. What an example for the young fly-offs, or rather the standoffs, to look up to.
And Dialog Shadange, he ran a decoy line inside, making Keshan Kavinder think that it was going to fall somewhat inside, and Dhanush Dayan cut back in, and here's Tarin Chaturanga knock-on advantage being played in favor of Kandy. And a high up and under, and Dialog Shadange doesn't manage to collect it, and Shaukat Lahiri is had a brilliant season. Ravin Fernando distributing things as Umesh Madhushan to Sandesh Vikrama. He has numbers on the outside. Randy Silva offloading it to Kavindu Pereira, who was and Roshan Veeraratne. Here's Prince Charmer with the counter attack. A bit of football being played between both teams, and finally finds touch. Think it had a fingernail of Bhuwana Kodangama when the ball went into touch. Vishank Abekun really giving a line out in favor of the Havelocks.
All eight.
Bhuwana Kodangama having a smile about it.
Straight line.
He didn't think
Straight
he had a touch on it as Azmir Fajuddin feeds Umesh Madhushan, and the line out has been won by Kandy. Tarin Chaturanga to Nigel Ratwat puts a good kick into space, and that will find touch inside the 22 meters. What a kick by Nigel.
Making use of the wind advantage on their home ground, gaining good 30 to 40 meters for Kandy Sports Club.
And all these lineouts, there have been 3, and Kandy have made a nuisance of themselves. 4 Havelocks. 2 Havelock throws have been stolen by Kandy. Azmir Fajuddin surely will have to get this right this time around. Shaukat Tahir collects it cleanly and forms the rolling ball as Havelock drive it outside the 22 meters, and still going is Havelock, as they've already made couple of meters, and they are playing with an advantage as well. Shaukat Lahir finally decides to break free of that tackle and bumps into Nigel Ratwat. Ravin Fernando puts a chip to Keshan Kavinder, but advantage was being played in favor of Havelock, courtesy a penalty given in favor of Havelock.
Number 24 side.
This is Randy Silva, former Isipatana player, playing that second centre position.
Number 24, white. Side.
Here's the replay. It was Charles Praveen who was infringing that scrum. He had no right to the ball. He was coming in from the side, and Shaukat Lahir and deciding to break from that line out rolling maul. Was I think it was Sandesh Vikrama, a very good kick just outside the 22 meters. It was Santosh Algama rather. He's had a good boot to himself. He's doing the kicking duties as well. Bhuwana Kodangama has been silent in the first 10 minutes of the game. Here's Azmir Fajuddin with the throw-in. Collected by Umesh Madhushan. And forming the rolling ball yet again is Havelock. This is dangerous for Kandy. Inside the 22 meters goes the Havelock, and finally breaking free. Azmir Fajuddin, the ball has been knocked on. Hence it will be a scrum in favor of Kandy. These are the silly mistakes, Adib, that Havelock can't afford to make.
The rolling ball was perfect. It's just a matter of holding on to it for a while. Take a look at it.
It was rather ripped off by Roshan Veeraratne. Good stuff from the scrum half.
Roshan Veeratna has been doing that from his school days. He's been known to be a cheeky scrum half.
Okay.
Distribution surely has been on point as well.
Time on.
So it will be a scrum in favor of
Center mark. Lifted gun.
Kandy.
Planters all bind.
Roshan Veeratna
All
with
bind.
the feed in.
We cannot underestimate the forwards from Havelock Sports Club. They've been
Crouch.
phenomenal, though they haven't settled down yet.
Set. Steady.
Zayan Sabah,
Stay out. Stay.
Abdullah
Ball is
Faiz.
available.
Here's Roshan Veeratna from the blind side. Kavindu Pereira in space, and Kavindu Pereira sprinting to the line. Only Santosh Algama, Roshan Veeratna finally swaying, and Tarin Chaturanga has knocked the ball forward. A beautiful running line from Kavindu Pereira, but Ravin De Silva has opted to play on, and Santosh Algama says we'll have the scrum. If we can have a replay of that.
I just said Roshan Veeratna has been one fantastic scrum half that Sri Lanka has ever had. Look, he identified the short side, made use of Kavindu Pereira. Kavindu Pereira didn't have enough
Number.
boost on him to finish it in style. What a move that was.
Roshan Veeratna was well marked by the two centers, backpedaling in defense.
Crouch.
Roshan Veeratna sucking in that defender.
Set.
Kavindu Pereira outbursting
Step out.
plenty.
Stay.
And here's Havelock with the first scrum.
Push
Pressure
inside.
time at scrum. Here's Sandesh to Algama, who puts the ball to boot. Dhanush Dan surely will collect this.
Push inside.
I think a penalty has been won by Havelock. Kandy.
Prop.
Giving out too many penalties in the first 10 to 15 minutes.
Mark.
Unfortunately, Havelocks is not making use of those opportunities that they're getting.
Santosh Algama adds another 20 meters from that penalty. Just inside the opposition half, as Azmir Fajuddin will yet again have the duty of a throw-in. Up, so the quick line out, and the ball has been knocked forward. Here's Damit Disanayaka, numbers on the outside. Tarinder Atwat, lovely cutout pass to Dhanush Dan, who has to turn and twist. Diluk Shadange cutting back inside, still on his speed. Finally goes down.
Back.
Roshan Veeratna to Nigel. Here's Buonagodangamo bumping.
No. Wrong feet.
Ruck has already being formed. Damit Disanayaka to Nigel. Lovely decoy run. Here's Tarinder Atwat deciding to go by himself. Finally brought down. And beautiful work from Shaukat Lahir, who wins the turnover.
Not releasing the ball is a call from referee.
Shaukat Lahir, who has had a really good season so far. He has been the standout player for Havelock. Ravin Fernando.
That's a bit high on Tarinder Atwate.
Ravin Fernando and Santosh Algama yet again puts the ball to boot and gains at least 20 meters, as Azmir Fajuddin will yet again have a throw in. The Havelock line out hasn't been working so far. Their rolling ball has been really good, but their line out ball has all been turned over, as yet again Roshan Veeratna puts the ball to boot. Kavindu Pereira and Ravin Fernando finally makes it, and Tarin Chaturanga has managed to stall ball. And the ball finally pops out in the favor of the Havelock team. Dhanush Dayan will only have to dot it down. It will be a kick in.
What do you want? Whites, number 10. What do you
22
want?
meter dropout.
From 22.
Over, he kicked the ball.
They'll definitely go to the option number 2.
Scrum down.
I was just thinking of the opportunities, number of opportunities and number of penalties that Havelock has been getting for these 15 minutes. But they're fumbling their lineouts.
Mark.
Maybe 5 out of 3 has been a failure so far.
Okay.
Plenty of mistakes creeping into that line out, but Azmi Fajuddin and his forward pack is known for that good line outs and their rolling maul. But this time around, Roshan Veeraratna, lovely wrap around. The ball has been knocked back. Here's Sandesh Vikrama to Randy Silva. Good tackle coming in from Diluk Shadange as Lasindu Karunatilaka has been driven back and he's still on his feet. Here's Lasindu.
Back.
Finally brought to ground. Ravin Silva. And clears the option. Going through the forwards is the Havelocks just outside the 22 meters. Azmir Fajuddin picking and dropping inside the 22 meters. Go the Havelocks. Ravin De Silva to Umesh Madhushan. Good defense from Kandy. Jason Disanayak and Bhuvanakot Angamode has no way through that. And Tarin Chaturanga finally bundles Shaukat Lahir. That's an interesting battle to witness. And the ball has been turned over by Kandy. Penalty given against Shaukat Lahir coming in from the side. Good defense from Kandy. Bhuvanakot Angamode, Jason Disanayak and Tarin Chaturanga take a bow. It was all their hard work. Here you go. Suiru Anthony clearing it out. Jason Disanayak and Charles Praveen.
Good pace play by Havelock Sports Club as well.
Already the ruck was formed. And Tarinder Ratwat will have the option of putting his team inside the opposition half, and that is exactly what he does.
5 meters, 10 meters balan.
And Damit Disanayaka will have the option of throwing in to the line out. Kandy already has had success with the line out ball.
Damit Disanayaka with the throw in. Collected cleanly by Soiru Anthony.
It has been knocked back, cleared by Dilok Shadange. Penalty one. The ruck was already formed. Hence he had no right to the ball. It was Randy Silva the culprit. Havelock are giving way too much of penalties to Kandy. This will surely come back to haunt them. A good touch finder inside the 22 meters. Here's the replay.
Yeah, Bruck was already formed there.
Lavanga Pereira doing really well. And Damit Disanayaka inside the 22 meters of the Havies. Has a throw in. Shahan Lema Patrina goes up, collects it cleanly. And Kandy this time forms the rolling maul. The ball still with Damit Disanayaka, finally given to Bhuvanakot Angamode, who transfers it back to Charles Praveen. And Jason Disanayaka with the possession. Coming in from the side is Senal Delaka, so advantage being played in favor of Kandy. Finally goes down. Here's Roshan Veeraratna to Nigel Ratwata, who opts for the cross kick yet again. This time collected or rather knocked on by Dhanushtan, but beautiful work yet again from the Kandy fly half Nigel Ratwata and also
That
the
was
captain.
a bit overcooked by Nigel Ratwata. I think referee is coming back for the initial penalty for collapsing the ball.
Senal Diraka it was, and Nigel Ratwata yet again will go
Center line.
fine touch, and Amit Disanayaka, yes, the replay. That was Senal Diraka. He was coming in from the side on your screens wearing the number 6 jersey, but Amit Disanayaka opted to go, and yes, Shehan Padirana forming that rolling ball. Advantage played in favor of Kandy. Tackling the ball, the player in the air. Roshan Veeraratne puts a chip, and here's Nigel Ratwata, but doesn't manage to collect it. Roshan Veeraratne milking that penalty yet again. Surely the next penalty will see a yellow card for the Heavies. Nigel Ratwata will go for a line out yet again.
That time it was Zayan Sabah coming in from the sides.
20 minutes short break.
Nigel Ratwata little
20 minutes short break.
enthusiastic, overcooking that. A couple of brilliant cross kicks, and here's the replay. Dragging the player down was Umesh Madhusan. He had no right. It was Ganidul Akshan rather.
Option.
He had no right to the player. Shaukat Lahir coming in from the side as well. So it'll be a 22-meter drop out rather, after this short 1-minute water break.
Much needed for the boys with these conditions. It is absolutely humid to play a game of rugby.
Given Havelocks have really good opportunities, so much of opportunities, but what they have been lacking is the final finishing touches.
Captain, what do you want?
The lineouts have been really messy.
Yeah, Kavint, it seems that they are a bit confused in the decisions that they make. They have so many things running in their head, and it becomes a bit overcooked. So they
Ready?
very cardinal errors.
Wait. Number 22, wait.
Normally,
Ready?
Havelocks are known for their rolling maul and the line out.
Wait.
They have a really good set of line out jumpers and a third row. Senal Diraka also jumps in the line outs, and in this game rather it has been really messy, and it has gifted Kandy so much of opportunities, but credit should be given to Havelocks for not leaking in tries to Kandy. As Tarinder Ratwata puts a high up and under, the ball has been knocked forward, and Suiru Anthony manages to collect it. Here's Lavanga Pereira with his dancing feet, finally brought down. Knock-on advantage has been played over. A lovely cutout pass to Jason Disanayaka, who decides to go by himself. Bumps off Ravin Fernando, still on his feet. Finally brought down, and Roshan Veeraratne. Here's Ashan Darling with his first.
No hands.
And Damit Disanayaka to Suiru Anthony. Here's numbers forming, and Tarinder Ratwata spotting a gap. Goes through it, gains a couple of meters. Roshan Veeraratne to Bhuvanakode Angamu, decides to go by himself. And that's a high tackle that surely is advantage in favor of Kandy.
Offside.
Nigel Ratwata sends the ball out wide to Ashan Darling yet again.
No advantage.
Puts the ball to boot, but advantage being played in favor of Kandy. A high tackle by Randy Silva on Bhuvanakode Angamu.
What do you want?
Penalty in favor of Kandy. They'll surely go for touch.
Last warning.
This is
Last warning.
the silly mistakes Havelock can't really afford. Inside the red zone, they're giving away so much of penalties. Last time around, Kandy came into the red zone. They were gifted with 3 penalties. Luckily for Havelock, Nigel Rathatta overcooked it a little bit. Here's the replay.
Yeah, Havelock's defense, like you see, it has been perfect. It has been when they start attacking, like I previously said, they seem to be a bit confused in the decisions that they are making.
What we talked about earlier, the only way to beat Kandy is to starve them of possession. Havelock really hadn't managed to do that. Here's Buona Kudangamua. Advantage being played in favor of Kandy. And Kandy held up, in fact, Damit Disanayaka.
Asbir Fajuddin doing all the hard work there.
Number 17.
Good stuff from the hooker, Damit Disanayaka. That's the second infringement. Lasindu Karunatilaka pleading the referee not to give that yellow card as a front rower. And Kandy surely will opt for the scrum with a front rower missing. Nigel Ratwath surely wouldn't do anything else as Zayan Saba goes to the bin with a yellow card.
Change.
The second infringement by Saba.
Yeah, he's been a bit naughty from the beginning. Even the last penalty, which was three penalties, one was because of Zayan Saba.
And hence a replacement has to be made. And Senal Dilaka will find himself going to the bench.
Time on.
And in comes the replacement prop. I think it's Tanuja Jayavira. And Kandy with an extra man advantage has a scrum unstable. Faz Abdullah. Rashan Darling being warned by the referee. He was engaging to a little tad early. Lasindu Karunatilaka will act as the flanker. So they'll be playing without a number 8, Roshan Veeratna. And Kandy. Here's Nigel Ratwath to Tarinder Ratwath. Lovely offload. And in goes Diluk Shadange. Beautiful stuff from Kandy. And they are over.
What a finish. Taking the one-man advantage there in the scrum, shoving it front.
Numbers forming on that overlap, and Tarinder Ratwath sucked in a couple of defenders, and there was numbers on the outside as well. Here's Roshan Veeratna to Nigel Ratwath, gives it out to Tarinder Ratwath, sucks in 3 defenders, and the decoy runner Lavanga Pereira, he was cutting back in as well. So 3 defenders there. There was only one man to cover up 3 attacking players of Kandy. And Diluk Shadange doesn't even look to Dhanush Daya. No, Kavindu Pereira. He goes by himself as Tarinder Ratwath converts his try assist.
9th point for Tarinder Ratwath. What a season he has been having, coming all the way from CRN FC, marking the 100th point against his own previous club. What a season, what a player Tarinder Ratwath has been so far.
And Tarinder Ratwath has been playing all over the park. Last season he played at fly-off, he played at first centre, he played at second centre. But at Kandy, he has only worn that number 12 jersey. No one has ever even come close to that jersey, and that is proving out to be in favor of Kandy big time. And Sandesh Jayavikrama makes a mess of the restart, and this has been the mistakes Havelock has been doing. They are under so much of pressure. They are, as you correctly said earlier, Adib, they are confused of what they have to do, what their game plan is. The lineouts has been messy, and they are making so much of mistakes and giving away so much of penalties.
Look, Kavint, in just few minutes ago, they almost scored a try with those number of faces. That's what they are good at, and that's where they can't, like, they cannot get into Kandy Sports Club's hands. It's just making use of their forwards will help them,
But
to settle down.
here's Nigel Ratwat, lovely ball to Zarinder Ratwat. Here's numbers on the outside. Diluk Shadange taking the ball into the 22 meters. Lavanga Pereira. Good stuff from Lasindu Karunatilaka. Not rolling away is the call. A good turnover. He was on his feet. This is the energy that was missing from the Havelock. Lasindu Karunatilaka, the big players, Umesh Madhusan, we've hardly seen him yet. Lasindu Karunatilaka stepping up as Santosh Shalgama puts the ball to boot inside the 22, inside their own half. Here's the replay. Lasindu Karunatilaka had the right to the ball. He was on his feet. There was no one, and Tarinder Ratwat surely. It was Lavanga Pereira who was not rolling away. Azmir Fajuddin with the line out throw. The line outs haven't been really good. That's a high tackle coming in from Jason Disanayaka. Surely he will be penalized. Ravin Fernando to Sandesh Jayavikrama puts a high up and under. Collected by Dhanush Dayan, but we'll go back to the initial infringement. It was a high tackle from Jason Disanayaka. Couple of good penalties for Havelock finally.
Absolutely, Kavint. It's just that they have to make use of those golden opportunities before they go into lemons.
Yes, and somewhat credit to Havelock. They haven't really let the game escape their hand. It's only a 12-point game. Navy did it in the first round. It was 16 points to nil. Then
Number Kogan. 6 numbers.
and they came back to score a couple of converted tries. Havelock still have it in their grab. Just a matter of 2 converted tries that will change the context of the game. Umesh Madhusan, another scrappy line out, but finally they've managed to win possession. Here's Ganindu Lakshan taking the ball into contact as Guanagodangamua sends him back a couple of meters. Numbers on the outside, trying to run to the blind side is Dinosha Nariyapala. Good defense from Damit Disanayaka and Shehan Patirana combining on that gang tackle. Here's Umesh Madhusan and Shaukat Lahir. Not rolling away is the call from Jason Disanayaka.
Number 24.
Yet another penalty for Havelock. They'll surely put this into touch.
Time off.
And up for the rolling mole. Referee wanting to have a word with the captain. That's the second time Jason Disanayaka has infringed and given away a penalty. First it was a high tackle. Second it was for not rolling away. Here's an opportunity for Havelock Adib.
Absolutely, Kavint.
Santosh Algama puts the ball to boot inside the 22 meters. Go Havelock if they manage to win this. And mind you, Havelock are playing with 14 men.
Straight line.
Yes, and
Straight line.
they're from the beginning of the first half. They haven't had a perfect line out. Let's see how this goes.
Azmir Fajuddin with the throw in. This time collected cleanly by Shaukat Lahir, but the suck is good.
Very well brought down by Kandy Sports Club there. They've read the rolling ball very well.
Shaukat Lahir takes the ball into contact. Here's what we were talking about, the face game from Havelock.
That's what Havelock Sports Club are known for and what they're good at.
Go back.
Robin Fernando will send the ball out wide. Buona Kudangamua
No.
manages to put him down. Here's Shaukat Lahir yet again. Buona Kudangamua holding on. Finally brought down. Here's numbers on the outside for Havelock. Here's Santosh Alkama. Good tackle on Ramesh Fernando. Dinesh Annariyapala acting as the scrum half. Sandesh Vikrama. Here's Asmir Fajudin, a tad isolated, but good stuff from his forwards. Dinesh Annariyapala. A good tackle on him by Lavanga Pereira, and the ball has been turned over. Think it was Tarindu Chaturanga.
First arriving player.
He has been doing a lot of hard work. He has been defending, and he's finally won a penalty. Havelock was pressing in that door, and Kandy letting them know that there's no way through that defense. There's
Wait.
This man Tarindu Chaturanga has been doing this in almost all the games.
he's been rocking that defense, and Havelock finally have been reinstated to their full strength as Senal Dilaka and Zayan Sabah find themselves back into the field, and Tanuja will go back. Here's the replay. Tarin Chaturanga had the right to the ball. There was no one turning him back. There was a couple of backs there. There was no forwards. Damit Disanaika inside the 22 meters and overthrows it. The first line out, and here's Dinesh Aryapala. Havelock with possession. Aryapala acting as the scrum half. Here's Senal Diraka, who was
Release now.
in the bench courtesy of that yellow card to Zayan Zaba. There was a front row missing. Havelock attacking at the Kandy line. A good opportunity. The ball finally finding it out to Sandesh Vikrama, who tries to go by himself. Brought down by Roshan Veeraratne. Ravin De Silva. Not a really good pass, but the ball has been knocked on. These are the cardinal errors Havelock can't really afford to do when they are in the opposition half, just outside the 22 meters. They give it away yet again.
Kandy's defense has been solid. The defense, take a look at the defense of Kandy Sports Club. They're very well organized. There's no room for Havelock Sports Club to break in through that defensive line of Kandy Sports Club.
So much of power in the third row. Jason Disanaika, Shehan Lema Patirana, and Buona Kudangamua, Tarindu Chaturanga to add to that. And Buona Kudangamua to Roshan Veeraratne, who puts the ball to boot. A high up and under, collected by Santosh Alkama. Good fullback duties from him. Returns the favor. Roshan Veeraratne does the fame and steps past a couple of defenders. Finally meets Zayan Sabah. To Ashan Darling.
No.
Was Shan Lema Patirana. Nigel Ratwatta acting as the scrum half. Tarinder Ratwatta from inside the 22 meters. Puts the ball to boot. Santosh Algama takes it on the bounce. To Lasindu Karuna Tilaka. Diluk Chadange manages to hold him on by the bootlaces. Ravin Fernando sends the ball out wide.
Havelock has numbers outside.
Should have given the ball out wide. Ravin Silva towards Fires Abdullah rather. The ball has been turned over by Charles Pravin. Beautiful work from him. He has numbers on the outside. Tarindra Ratta putting the grubber through. Ravin Fernando has been taken into contact, but a high tackle in favor of Havelock. Kavindu Pereira surely was a tad too high, not 10 meters from Kandy. The time has been, the clock has been stopped, and surely it will be a yellow card.
Now Havelock Sports
Number
Club
21.
has the advantage. It's just getting their lineouts perfect with the penalty advantages that they're getting. We see 3 replacements coming in.
Number 14 out.
Ravin Fernando has been replaced. Theekshana
Number
Dasanayaka
14.
finds himself
Number
in,
14.
and Prince Chamara, and so does Mithun Hapugada. Tarindu Chaturanga is the man
Number
who has been yellow carded.
14. Number 14 change.
Aggressive
Change.
player Tarindu Chaturanga is. We just spoke good about him, and
Coach Sanat Martis immediately sent in Mithun Hapugada, who is very well known for going through the fringes, and Taran Chaturanga has been doing a lot of defensive work. He has been a player to watch throughout the season.
these 10 minutes is going to be very interesting, Kavin.
1.5 minutes remaining to the end of the first half
On our clock.
and here's the replay on Ramesh Fernando. Thought it was Ravin Fernando rather. Here's
We
the
haven't seen much from Buwanagudangamo today.
We've hardly had a glimpse of him.
Number 9.
Azmir Fajuddin with the throw in. Mind you, there's a forward missing for Kandy as well, but the line out has been turned over. Shayan Lema Patirana. Tarindra Ratta puts the ball to boot. Here's Prince Chamara with his first touch. Puts a high up and under. Collected by Chamara.
Open play.
Shanal Dilaka, Tula Sindhu Karuna Tilaka, he has numbers on the outside.
No.
Goes by himself. Chamara acting as the scrum half. A lovely cut-out pass to Dinushan Aryapala, but that was deemed a forward pass. But Kandy, for the first time in the game, was cut open.
You can open that play on. Knock back.
Good work from Prince Chamara, who was acting as the fly half.
Straight.
Mithun Hapugada.
Number 10.
Would love to have a
Side
replay
area
of that to see the forward pass.
Mark.
Was thought it was marginal. Havelock with an opportunity, with a man down.
There you go.
Here's the replay. Sandesh Jai Vikrama. It was
Yes, it was a forward pass.
a forward pass. A good call by referee Shankar Bekon. A scrum in favor of Kandy. They'll surely put this out. Roshan Veeraratne. He'll do it by himself if he has to. But they opt to go for the line. Lavanga Pereira rather rolling away. To Tarindra Ratta. Good clearance. Roshan Veeraratne to Suhiru Anthony. He has been bundled into contact. Nigel Ratta to Kavindu Pereira. He has Kavindu Pereira a touch isolated. If Havelock does manage to capitalize, advantage being played in favor of Kandy courtesy of a forward pass. Here's Kandy. Ashan Darling decides to go by himself and finally brought down.
Off it.
Lovely footwork by Ashan Darling.
That's a forward. Yes, Buwanagudangamo to Diloksha Dange, and Dange finally bundled into touch. A beautiful pass from Buwanagudangamo, and that will be half time. Good passage of play from Kandy. I initially thought they'd put the ball into touch, go for half time, but instead they surprised everyone with the run of play.
I see Ashan Darling on the floor. Hope seems to be something, a twist in his knee. Hope it's nothing serious.
Sean Darling and the replacement prop for Kandy is Yaqub Ali.
And it's half time. Kavint, 12 points to nil in favor of the home team, Kandy Sports Club.
Here's the confirmation, 12 points to nil. This is the second time Kandy have managed to keep a team scoreless in the first half. First it was against Navy, 16 points to nil. And this is the second time, 12 points to nil. And let's take a quick look at the highlights. Here's how Kandy scored their first. A lovely cross kick. Roshan Veeratna giving it out to Nigel Ratwat.
Very well timed, and that's the first try for Kandy Sports Club.
It was Dhanush Dayan who went over the Sri Lanka 7's cap, and a lovely set piece move to Tharindra Ratwat, and Lavanga Pereira running a lovely decoy line, and Dhanushka Diluksha Dange rather was over as Tharindra Ratwat converted it, and that was half time. And we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we do come back we'll have second half action.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
The Anandian Battalion is ready to meet their Nalandian brethren as the maroon flags prepare to fly high for the 91st time. March Madness 2020. Ananda versus Nalanda, the 91st Battle of the Maroons, on the 7th and 8th of March from 9 a.m. onwards. Live on Dialog Television, Dialog My TV, and ThePapare.com.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
I want everything and more from my mobile. Unlimited talk time, text and endless data. When I travel, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even on a flight. I also get the best smartphone deals, phone upgrades and expert personal service. While Club Vision privileges pamper me with the best of times. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
brigade comes marching. The Joe's Army is geared and ready. The age-old rivalry comes alive again for the 86th time. March Madness 2020. St. Joseph's versus St. Peter's. The 86th Battle of the Saints. On the 6th and 7th of March from 9 a.m. onwards. Live on Dialog Television, Dialog My TV, and ThePapare.com.
When I travel abroad, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even when I am on a flight. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. Exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com.
There is nothing quite like the Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow.
Get caught up in the tournament that stops the nations.
You cannot take your eyes off this game for a moment. It's a fairy tale finish.
Watch Six Nations on Rugby Pass TV.
Hello and welcome back to the second half action of the clash between Kandy taking on Havelock Sports Club. Havelock travelling all the way up to Nittawela. They haven't had a really good second half. Kandy leading the way with 2 tries and 1 conversion, 12 points to nil. They are now playing with their favoured half as although they are playing with 14 men. Tarun Chaturanga still on the bench. On the naughty boys chair rather. And joining in commentary is Naflan. Very good evening, Naflan.
Good evening, Kavit, and good evening to all our viewers joining in for the second half of this match between Havelock Sports Club and Kandy Sports Club at Nittawela.
And Sandesh Vikrama puts the ball to boot, and Roshan Veeratna finding space, going through the middle, finally brought down. Numbers on the outside. Here's Shayan Lema Patrana, tad too isolated, but good stuff from Kandy, but the ball has been knocked forward by Shaukat Lahir. It was in the ruck.
This has been the story for Havelock Sports Club today, this evening at Nittawela. Too many errors, too many mistakes in crucial points of the match.
And Lasit Attanagoda has found his way, replacing Ashan Darling.
Ashan Darling had a good first half, Kavin.
Right.
This time starting for Kandy, and there again that knock on.
Mithun Hapukoda rather with the knock on, and Roshan Veeratna with the feed in.
Say bound. Say.
Unakodangamua right under it, takes the ball, and here's Roshan Veeratna, numbers on the outside, and Kavindu Pereira cutting him open. Kavindu Pereira will go right into the 22 meters and puts the offload to Lavanga Pereira, and he will score under the post. Lavanga Pereira in for the try. A lovely set piece move.
This is a great start for Kandy Sports Club for their second half. I mean, they started off with a try in the first half as well, and here we go, the second half as well. They're starting off with a brilliant try. Nice offload from Kavindu Pereira, and Lavanga Pereira scoring the try.
Initially thought Kavindu Pereira had put it in the hands of the fullback Santosh Algama. Here's Buanakodangama to Roshan Veeratna. Kavindu Pereira had no one in the front. He was ankle tapped by Prince Tamer, and a lovely tackle on him by Santosh Algama that was. And Lavanga Pereira one hand pick up, no one in front, dives over under the posts, and set pieces have been Kandy's in their armory, a main weapon in their armory.
Great support play from Lavanga Pereira, and deserves that try. And Tarinder Ratwat taking off the conversion and 2 points.
19 points to nil. Kandy, an early strike, all courtesy of that knock on from Mithun Hapukoda.
Coach Sanad Martis won't be really happy about this performance from Havelock Sports Club. They would have expected to get a good game, good score in the first half, but still they are not able to score, even starting off the second half, Kandy scoring a try.
Kandy cutting the Havelock defense open. Sandesh Vikrama with the restart. Deep inside and collected by Jason Disanayaka to Nigel Ratwata. He has numbers on the outside. Shayan Lema Patirana to the new man Lasita Attanagoda. Takes the ball into contact. The ball available for Roshan Veeratna. Tarinder Ratwata putting the ball to Diluk Shadange, and he's sprinted away. Think it was a forward pass there by Buanakodangamua.
Really unlucky, because Diluk was on his way for another try, if not.
He had plenty of numbers in support as well, as that was the forward pass. Here you go, Tarinder Ratwat to Buanakodangama, tad forward. A good call by referee Priyantha Gunaratna, acting as the AR.
Coach.
Just inside the 22 meters is Havelock.
Stay, very good. Stay.
Mithun Hapukoda with the feed in. Sends the ball out to Sandesh Vikrama. Puts a ball, and he has Kavindu Pereira cutting them open yet again. Kavindu Pereira going to the corner. Finally brought down inside the 22 meters. Lovely offload to Nigel Ratwat, but I don't think the try will stand. Kandy yet again cutting them open. Sandesh Vikrama, a little mishap And knock on was the call from the AR, Robin Alexander.
But what a run from Kavindu Pereira, I mean, he had the opportunity to pass the ball inside, but he opted to run himself. But he has gained a lot of yards, so Kandy is back into their territory again.
A lovely couple of runs from Kavindu Pereira. Here you go. That was
wait.
forward knock on rather. Kavindu Pereira
Right, hurry up, boys.
trying to offload, and Taran Chaturanga has been sent back in. So Kandy playing with 15 men now. They've been running through Havelock with 14 men. Surely with Taran Chaturanga reinstated, if Havelock do play like this, it will be trouble for them. Opting to run by himself is Dinusha Naryapala. Here's Mithun Hapugoda, a lovely cutout pass to Keshan Kavinda. Steps past Diluk Shadange. Hapugoda
Offside, number 13 offside.
to Sanal Silva. Advantage being played in favor of Havelock. The ball has been knocked forward, so it will be a penalty in favor of Havelocks. They'll surely clear this out of their danger zone.
Number 13.
I think Havelocks have to take the maximum out of it, because they have been given a lot of opportunities, but they were not able to capitalize. And now, but is back in the park, so I mean they were not able to capitalize even on that. So still their score remains 0 here at Nittawela.
Sandesh Vikram on your screen. Here's the replay. They were straying offside. It was Lavanga Pereira the culprit. It was his infringement. And Azmir Fajudin, he'll have a line out. The line out have been wobbly so far from the Havelocks. This time around collects it cleanly to Mithun Hapugoda. Sandesh Jayavikrama, lovely cutout pass to Dinusha Naryapala. Here's Tikshana Dasanayaka bumping off a couple, and the grabber by Prince Tamara. Kavindu Pereira manages to secure possession. Roshan Veeraratna asking for his forwards, and Damit Disanayaka answers his goal.
No. Right, no.
Lasidat Tanagoda with another pick and drop.
No.
Ball available for Kandy. Nigel Ratwata sits back. Tanush Dan trying to go by himself.
Okay.
And it has been a deal try. So Kandy under tremendous pressure, and if we can see a replay of that hit from Tikshana Dasanayaka, think it was Lavanga Pereira who was down. A 5-meter scrum in favor of Havelocks, a great opportunity for Kandy.
A golden opportunity, Kavin. If they do not capitalize on this, I mean, they will be really hard for them to come back here to make a comeback in this match.
Already 19 points to nil. Lavanga Pereira. There you go. Tikshana Dasanayaka being called by the referee.
Doctor, concuss. Yeah, wait.
Lavanga Pereira has been taken off.
Okay.
And I think it will be Bhavanta Udangamu who will replace him. He's the replacement for Kandy at centre. Won't be surprised if Srinath Surya Bandara makes his way infield as well.
Thank you, Doctor.
think that was a concussion. Here's the replay of Danush Dan receiving the kick of the scrum, and he was
Opted
in
to
goal.
not kick away there. Danush Dayan tried to run himself inside their line. Not a good decision though.
Roshan Veeratna slightly mistook Danush Dayan to Nigel Ratwat. Think that was what happened. Mithun Hapugoda, here's an opportunity for Havelock. Yes, Shaukat Lahir to the line. Inches close is Lahir. Zayan Sabah latches on to Azmir Fajuddin. Umesh Madhusan with the ball, and here's Shaukat Lahir yet again. He has been held up. Good defense from Kandy. Tarindra Twat, brilliantly done. Shaukat Lahir twisted and turned, but couldn't get that ball grounded. So it will be another 5-meter scrum to Havelock.
That shows the quality of Kandy defense. Entirely everyone was up to it, and they marked the correct man, I think, and they made sure that he's not going over the line.
Nigel Ratwat initially did really well, and Tarindra Ratwat wasn't letting go of Shaukat Lahir. And they've got another scrum. Slightly infield, and advantage being played in favor of Kandy. Havelock rather. Lasindu Karunatilaka to the line, and Mithun Hapugoda tries to go by the fringe. Held up. And Umesh Madhusan, he has been held up as well. Azmir Fajuddin. And here's Havelock inching close. Advantage being played in favor of Havelock, so it will be a penalty. Senal Dilaka. They've gone for another scrum. I think it was Lasita Attanagoda who infringed in that scrum.
Exactly, Kavint. And I think Havelock still not able to capitalize on this opportunity. I mean, time is kicking off as well. 19 points deficit. So I think Havelock need to make sure that they score a try. They are in Kandy's half now, so they need to make sure that they score a try this time.
Yeah, Lasita Attanagoda losing his grab, and he had a hand on the ground, and one twin replacing another. Oshan Pereira has found his way into the number 13 jersey, playing at second center. Kandy for the first time under a little bit of pressure. Havelock need to capitalize sooner than later if they are to make a comeback in this game.
Exactly, Kavint. I mean, this is the right opportunity for them, and make the scoreboard speak for them, and then go back and come back again as well. So I mean, it's a very good opportunity. Mithun Hapugoda would be wanting to score this try anyway.
Bye. Set. Steady.
Mithun Hapugoda with the feed in. Here's Lasita Attanagoda. Lasinda Karunatilaka rather, and a knock on being forced by Kandy. Lasindu Karunatilaka, the former Science number 8. Kandy forcing that error from Havelock, and they have an opportunity to get out of jail. These are opportunities Havelock need to capitalize on if they are to make a match of it.
White number 1.
As we spoke earlier, Kavint, on crucial points of the game, again, Lasindu Karunatilaka making an error this time. So this is not good signs for Havelock Sports Club, and Coach Sanat Martis will be very happy about this performance.
Srinath Surya Bandara replacing Roshan Veeratna it is, and Ganuko Disanayaka strengthening that front row. Charles Praveen being taken out. Srinath Surya Bandar with his first feed in. Looks a good scrum, and here's Tarindra Ratwat who puts the ball to boot. Clears Kandy out of danger. Into touch inside the opposition half. What a brilliant kick from Tarindra Ratwat.
it has been another good game for Tarinda Ratwata as well, and the entire Kandy team is up to the mark. Every time Havelocks try to score a try, they have been very good in their defense, and every time they got the ball, Kandy played some superb running rugby and made sure they score points.
Roshan Veeraratne has been in the thick of things. He has been on point with distribution as well, although he's only played 50 minutes. Azmir Fajuddin overthrowing it yet again, collected by Mithun Hapugoda, doesn't manage.
No, you are fit.
To hold on to position for much, and Bhuwanagodangamua bulldozing Zayan Sabah backwards. Mithun Hapugoda serving his options. Going to Shaukat Lahir. Ball has been knocked back. Here's Teekshana Dasanayaka to Keshan Kavinda. Keshan Kavinda this time. Diluksha Dange doesn't manage to hold on to him. Hapugoda to Sandesh. Here's a cross kick collected by Randy Silva.
Go back.
Finally some good position for Havelock. They need to capitalize this into points. Numbers on the outside. A lovely cutout pass. Chenal Dilaka running cross, but has been bundled into touch. Rather, the knock-on has been forced by him.
Number 24.
High tackle in favor of Havelock, so it will be a penalty. The high tackle was on Senal Dilaka. Here's the replay. Jason Disanayaka, correctly so, well spotted by referee Priyantha Gunaratna.
Jason Disanayaka needs to be careful. Already he had few yellow cards, had to stay out of the CR game, so he needs to be careful on that as well coming.
And another opportunity for Havelock. The lineouts have been wobbly throughout this game. Very uncharacteristic from Havelock.
If you go back to the last season, Havelocks have been doing very good in their lineouts, but this season they were not able to come back and do their task that they were doing as they were doing last season.
Senal Dilaka has been sacked. Penalty in favor of Kandy. Thought the penalty was given the other way around. Yes, Zayan Sabah. The ball has been held up. Good stuff from Damit Disanayaka. Kandy have managed to hold up three tries from Havelock so far.
Yeah, exactly, Kavin. Now, as we spoke earlier, the defense has been up to mark. They have been marking the correct players, making sure that they don't go over the line.
Havelock with another line out.
We have been talking about these opportunities they have been getting throughout the match, Kavin, but still they were not able to capitalize. Maybe a young side, they're trying to make their mark. A good experience for all those Havelocks players.
Collected by Umesh Madhusan. This time sacked again by Kandy. Azmir Fajuddin taking the ball into contact. Bhuwanagodangamua putting the man down. Lasindu Karunadilaka has been driven back by Bhuwanagodangamua. Tarin Chaturanga and Bhuwanagodangamua forming that deadly combination. They have been driven back at least 5 meters, and Azmir Fajuddin yet again with a pick and run. Sandesh Javikrama to the blind side. Srinath Surya Bandara holding the play up. Havelock with possession, not a really good pass to Ganidul Lakshan. Suru Anthony was over it, and Shaukat Lahir. Bhuwanagodangamua doing really well yet again. Possession with Havelock. Mithun Hapugoda. There's no way through this Kandy defense. A lovely cutout pass to to Lasindu Karunatilaka, who manages to knock the ball on it again. So much of defensive pressure coming in from Kandy. This is what they are made of. Tarantu Chaturanga, Buana Gaudanga Mua, and Damit Disanayaka. So much of tackles back to back. If we can see a replay, here's Lasindu Karunatilaka. He had eyes on the man up front, not on the ball, forcing that knock on.
Kandy has been defending on the second half more than attacking, I believe. Havelocks have done a good part in the second half, but they were not able to convert them into points. That has been the problem throughout the day for Havelock Sports Club.
Capitalizing on the opportunities is what Havelock have failed to do this evening here at Nittawela. They had at least 5 good opportunities to score 5 tries, but the defensive pressure from Buanagodangamua, Tarun Chaturanga and Damit Disanayaka have held them at bay.
Shows what they are capable of and why they are the unbeaten side in this league, Dialog Rugby League 2019-2020.
And Malisha Madhumevan has found his way into the field in that flank position as Senal Delaka is being replaced, and Heshan Kallara strengthens Kandy in the second rows as Shehan Lema Patirana has been taken off by coach Fazil Marija.
Coach!
Srinath Surya Bandaru with the feed in. Kandy, a defensive scrum. They'll look to clear their line out. Tarendra Tata does exactly that. Puts the ball to boot.
Inside.
The scrum was inside the 22 meters, so Tarendra Tata had the right to kick it out on the full. A slight advantage in favor of Kandy inside the opposition half.
Kandy had to do many replacements now on the clock. It's almost 60 minutes. I think it's the fact of defense. They had to involve more in defense. More hit and hard rugby is being played.
And Eshan Kallara is also a very good defensive player as finally after those couple of rolling balls, Havelock managed to secure one line out and then secure another. This is what Havelock is known for, and they finally managed to make Kandy infringe and win and penalty.
I'm not wrong if I say this is the brand of rugby that Havelock used to play, and this shows how much they can do, but it's too far for the try line.
Finally brought down, penalty in favor of Havelock. Beautiful stuff from the forwards. This is what Havelock has been trying to do from the beginning, but their lineouts have been uncharacteristically wobbly. 3 driving balls. Havelock gained at least 20 meters in all 3 of them.
And we can see the Havelock's forwards tiring up as well at this point, because they've been trying on the rolling ball too many times, but they couldn't capitalize and score in this match.
Here's the infringement. Heshan Kallara was okay. So was Damit Disanayaka. It was the earlier phase where the infringement happened. I think it was Ganuku Disanayaka who came in from the side. Also, Malisha Madhumevan is a good line-out jumper. They've finally managed to secure a line-out, win a line-out, and that is what Havelock is known for and is what they are capable of. Ramesh Madhusan taken off. So he's still on the field, and here's Havelock.
I think if I am not wrong, it's the third or the fourth golden opportunity they have been getting in the second half. So Havelocks badly need to capitalize on this and make sure that they convert this into points. And what is so good about Kandy today is their defense.
Kandy surely will try to suck this in first hand, and that is what they have done. They haven't let Havelock form that rolling ball, but Azmir Fajuddin finally breaking free. Tackled well by Tarun Chaturanga. Mithun Hapugada to Shaukat Lahir. He has been held up by Buonakudangamua. Buonakudangamua has won that battle so far. Inches away from the try line. Ball has been one unplayable ball by Kandy. Damit Disanayaka take a bow. He was right under the ball, and he has forced the turnover. It will be a scrum in favor of Kandy, and they will surely clear this out
and make sure that they go out of jail again. And that has been the story for the second half.
Buonakudangamua holding the man up, and finally Damit Disanayaka had the right to the ball. A good defensive effort from Kandy. The forwards doing all the hard work. Buonakudangamua right in the middle of that, and Damit Disanayaka finally securing.
Kandy, the backs didn't have much time to play, if I'm not wrong, Kavin, in this game so far in the second half.
All they have been doing is defending Srinath Surya Bandara to Diluk Shadange, who takes the ball into contact, coming in from the side. Here's Nigel Ratwata, lovely cutout pass to Dhanush Dayan, who wobbles, sends Kavindu Pereira into space. Kavindu Pereira still on his feet, outside the 22 meters. Srinath Surya Bandara to Nigel Ratwata, takes the ball into contact. Here's Tarinder Ratwata, who puts the ball into boot. Lovely execution of space, and that's a brilliant kick from Tarinder Ratwata. Knew exactly where the space was, and he executed it to perfection. And Kandy out of jail, and Havelock have a line out inside their own half yet again.
Initially, Kandy opted to run inside their half, and then giving space to Tarinder Ratwata, clearing the line. This is great piece of rugby from Kandy Sports Club. There go the highlights.
Taken outside the 22, so Ratwata knew he couldn't kick it out on the full, but there was ample of space behind the Havelock defense. The winger wasn't dropping. Here's Azmir Fajuddin to Hapugoda. Sandesh Jayavikrama acting as the fly half. Here's numbers forming. A lovely inside ball. Nigel Ratwata puts the ball to boot. Oshan Pereira. A good tackle by Oshan Pereira. Eshan Kallara securing the turnover. They'll surely take this quick. Taken quickly. Numbers on the outside. Tarundu Chaturanga going over for the try, and Tarundu Chaturanga has scored. Beautiful work from Tarundu Chaturanga and Kandy.
A well-deserved try for Tarinder Chaturanga. I think he has been all over the place and making sure Kandy Sports Club defense has been accurate, and the time that they got the ball into their hands, they made sure that they score. This has been the story for Kandy Sports Club. As we were talking, Kavin, the time they got the opportunity, they make sure that they convert it to points, and Havelocks does not have that opportunity to score in the second half yet again.
Here's the replay. Suhiru Anthony took it quickly, sent it out to Tarun Chaturanga. Chaturanga one-on-one with Sandesh Jayavikrama and Randy Silva. He'll take that any day of the week. Scoring over.
What a sensation has been Soiru Anthony. What experienced player, Kavin. And there you got the timing of that quick tap, making sure that they convert into points.
And what was great about that try was there was Suhiru Anthony, there was Srinath Surya Bandar, there was Nigel Ratwata, who all were running in to take that quick tap. But it was finally Suhiru Anthony who took it, and that's the bonus point try. And Tarinder Ratwata converts it 26 points to nil. 64 minutes on our clock as Tarinder Ratwata extends his top point scorer points tally, which is at 113 at the moment.
The momentum is totally with Kandy Sports Club so far. Though Havelock Sports Club were playing on the Kandy half, they were not able to convert it to points. So the defense have been up to mark. So this has been almost the Kandy's game.
If we had a calculation of how many minutes Havelock have been in that red zone of Kandy, surely that would have been for at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes. They have been pressing at that Kandy defense so much, but nothing has given away from Kandy. Every player for Kandy has been defending their hearts out. That is why they are 26 points, 2-0. Srinath Surya Bandara puts the ball to boot. He collected in inside the 22 meters and doesn't find touch. Here's Prince Chamara trying to go by himself. Srinath Surya Bandara tackles him, takes him to ground, and Lasida Attanagoda. Advantage being played in favor of Havelock. He had hands on the ground, so a penalty in favor of Havelocks. Kandy have already scored the 4-try bonus point, and it looks like with minutes remaining, they'll surely secure another victory over the Heavies.
The point is, Kavin, knowing that they have already almost won this league, still they are putting their heart out and defending, and their defense have been up to mark. So game to game, they have been 100% accurate, showing this Kandy crowd. And when it comes to Nittawela, they can't do mistakes because even the Kandy crowd would be not happy if they do so.
White number 6. Change. Red number 7.
Damit Disanayaka has been taken out, and Yakub Bali will act as the hooker, and Chatura Soisa played for Kingswood last year, replaces Tarindu Chaturanga. What a game he has had. He has a lovely inside ball from the Sandesh to Tikshana Dasanayaka. He has numbers on the outside. Havelock finally finding some space.
No, off it! Off it!
Chatura Soisa had the rights to the ball, but couldn't really hold on to the possession. Numbers on the outside, but Tanuja tries to go by himself. Randy Silva has been held up by Chatura Soisa, finally brought down.
Offside! Offside!
Here's Tanuja yet again. Two Kandy defenders. Line offside is the call. Taken quickly by Mithun Hapugoda. Running at ready. And here's Sandesh Vikrama. Lovely pass to Mithun Hapugoda, and he scores. Brilliant stuff from Hapugoda. Jason Disanayaka could have taken the man, but Hapugoda goes in for the first try for Havelocks.
Finally, the skipper scores himself, showing some leadership skills there, taking a quick tap and making sure Havelocks take some points on the board before the match ends.
He has done something to his shoulder as well. Here's the replay. Mithun Hapugoda creating. He has been the architect of this try to Sandesh Jayavikrama. He has been isolated. Good tackle by Kandy Pereira, but Mithun Hapugoda came in support, and a lovely step from Hapugoda, accelerating past Jason Disanayaka, who had no
Sandesh Jayavikrama to take the conversion, and his offload was brilliant as well, to be mentioned.
That is one of the easiest tries one could score, and Sandesh Jayavikrama just misses the left upright. So it will be 26 points to 5. Finally, on the 68th minute, Havelocks have managed to score a single try after pressing so hard on that Kandy defense. Nigel Ratwata will restart things as Tarinder Ratwata is taken off, and Bhavanta Udangamua, the brother of Bhuwana Gudangamua, finds his way, replacing Tarindra Atwatta.
Be nice to see Bavanta and Bhavanta playing together. So let's see how they fare in this game.
Jason Disanayaka, the ball has been knocked back, but it has been knocked forward. Yes, Bonagodangamua, Bantudangamua rather to Oshan Pereira. The first touch, what a first touch from Bavantaudangamua. Last time around his first touch was a try, and this time around Bavantaudangamua's first touch was a try assist.
What a sensation he has been. A few minutes he starts to play, he gets the opportunity and then makes a very good pass to Oshan Pereira, and Oshan Pereira doing the needful and making sure they cross over the line. Another try.
Here's the replay. Lasindu Karunathileka, not a good game. He is having Bavantaudangamua putting Oshan Pereira into space, and he goes, dances his way under the posts, and he dots it down over the whitewash.
The last week's try from Bavantaudangamua has gained him some more minutes in the game. Last week he was on last 5 minutes. Today he has got more time, maybe to score another try.
And Nigel Ratata puts the conversion through. It's 33 points to 5. Kandy showing why they are the defending champions. They have already cemented their position at the pole position. Just as Havelock scored a try, Kandy replies with their own. A lovely high-hanging kick collected by Jason Disanayaka. Falls the rolling ball. Malisha Madhumevan making a nuisance out of him. The ball has been finally knocked down. Here's Dayan Sabha, the brother of Zayan Sabha. Umesh Madhumevan, Umesh Madhushan and Ganuga Disanayaka having a friendly chat over the sideline.
They played together for Havelocks 2 seasons back or 3 seasons back, if I'm correct.
Here's the replay. I think it was Lasith Attanagoda who knocked the ball forward. So scrum in favor of Havelock inside the 22 meters. A good scrum taken, and Mithun Napugoda, Sandesh Jayavikrama, 2K Shan Kavinda. He runs around Keshan Diluk Satangirada. Here's Dayan Sabha, the former Wesley captain. Sandesh Jayavikrama to Prince Chamara. He has been taken into touch. Dayan Sabha, he has had a lot of ball carries and knocks the ball forward. Offside is the call, so it will be a penalty in favor of Havelock. 2 penalties.
There's a side, offside.
They have the option of taking one near the sideline and one much closer to the posts. Chatura Soiza was the culprit who infringed in that
6 more.
Line defense.
Another opportunity for Havelock Sports Club. The line out. They need to capitalize again, but I think it's too late to make a comeback. 7 minutes according to our clock here. Too late to give a comeback here from Havelocks, but they will be looking for a consolation try coming.
Advantage played in favor of Havelocks. Ganuga Disanayaka, it was not a good line out suck it was. Here's Dayan Sabha trying to go through the blind side.
Yes, playing advantage. Release now.
Inches close.
Yes.
Yes, Malisha Madhumevan.
Number 5.
Advantage being played. Heshan Kallara. Looks like it was a neck roll. A lovely wraparound from Mithun Napugoda. Sends the ball out wide. Here's Randy Silva cutting back in. Kavindu Pereira does really well, and Bavantaudangamua rather holding him up. Finally bringing the player to the ground. Mithun Napugoda. A good defensive line from Malisha Madhumewan. Here's Tanuja. Buonagudangamu doing really well. Hapukota to Dayan Saba. A good tackle on him by Bhavanta Udangamua.
No advantage. Go back to number 5, neck roll.
But advantage being played for Havelocks. So they'll, the referee Ishanka Bekon will bring that play.
Number 5, neck roll.
Heshan Kallara. A high tackle, a neck roll.
Line out.
Lasindu Karunadilaka puts the ball into touch. Asks no one. The number 8 does it himself.
He has been another key player for Havelocks, but was not able to do a good job here at Nittawela.
Here's the replay. Here's the neck roll. Malisha Madhumewan taking the ball into contact, and Heshan Kallara right around the neck, and Havelock finally forming that rolling ball. Still on their charge, and Azmir Fajuddin will score. Finally, Havelock managed to score from their rolling ball. Line out, one cleanly, and Azmir Fajuddin goes over the whitewash.
This was a try they were looking for since the start of the second half, Kavin. Then finally they were able to get through, and credit to Azmir Fajuddin. What a player he has been for Havelock Sports Club. I think injuries have taken a bit of him this season, but he has been a key player again for Havelock Sports Club. More to deliver from him to Havelock Sports Club.
And we should select a player of the match as well, as the conversion is good. 12 points to 33. Sandesh Jayavikrama puts it through. And for the player of the match, clearly Tarin Chaturanga has been brilliant. So has been Buonagudangamua. And Damit Disanaika also has been really good with the defensive work. And so has been Shehan Patirana. And another player who has been controlling the game really well is Roshan Veeraratna. Those 4 players for me has been doing really well today, and surely we'll have to give it to a forward because of the defensive effort the third row has put in.
Exactly, Kavin. I think if I am to say, the entire Kandy team played really well. Everyone deserved the man of the match for their defensive skill, but we have to select one person, and those names you highlighted were very great. And Roshan Veeraratna played a brilliant role. And few minutes to go. I think we have to make a choice.
Number 8, block.
Advantage being played in favor of Havelock. Sandesh Jayavikrama puts the ball into touch. They are surely looking a little more urgent now, but time really has gone away for the defensive effort. Tarindu Chaturanga and Buonagudangamu has been brilliant for me. They have been the standout players, but Tarindu Chaturanga had a yellow card under his belt as well, so we'll have to give it to Buonagudangamu. But those entire Kandy third row really deserves it. Here's Diluksha Dange to Dhanushdan. Teekshana Disanayaga was in support. Bhavanta Udangamua knocks the ball backwards. Advantage being played in favor of Kandy. The line was clearly offside. A friendly banter between the two teams.
Go back.
I mean, Dilushka Dange was very instrumental in the first half of the game as well. But second half, he couldn't play much role because most of the time what Kandy was doing was defense. So we had to go with Bhavanta Udangamu.
Buonagudangamu, player of the match for today. Because of his defensive skill, we normally give Buonagudangamu the player of the match courtesy of his offensive skills. But today he was a rock in that Kandy defense.
playing the entire 80 minutes with this conditions here at Nittawela. It was great from Bonako Dangamo.
Line out, slightly overcooked. Here's Sandesh Jayavikrama, numbers on the outside. Prince Chamara cutting back in. Nigel Ratwata puts the ball to boot. Tried to put the ball to boot, but here's the replacement.
No hands.
Mithun Hapugoda to the Tikshana Dasanayaka. Lovely defense from Oshan Pereira. The ball has been knocked forward rather. Yes, Bonako Dangamua knocking back 1, 2, 3, and he's finally taken down by after 3-4 players. He's still on his feet. Is Bonako Dangamua. Finally he gets a break, and Bonako Dangamua shows why he is known as the bulldozer. A lovely cutout pass to Dilip Shadange.
Maybe he heard you, Kavit. Maybe he heard you, because we were talking about not being offensive today, and here you go. That is called what Bonako Dangamo is all about.
Bonako Dangamua taking 7-8 players to bring him down. Nigel Ratwata with a forward pass. There you go. It was slightly overcooked. Referee Priyantha Gunaratna right on the spot. And that's the game done and dusted. Kandy winning 33 points, 2-12. They've shown us why they are the defending champions. They've defended their hearts out, and it has been a brilliant game from Kandy. And they've secured another 5 points with the 4-try bonus point as well.
Making sure their unbeaten tag remains, and one more game to game in the second round against Police Sports Club next week. And this has been a great performance again from Kandy Sports Club. Great attack, making sure when they get the opportunity they scored, and now when they had to defend, they defended 100%, giving their heart out.
Kandy's defensive effort winning them the game, but to their credit, their lineouts were brilliant, their scrums were brilliant, and what was more was their defensive effort. The man who missed out today was Charana Chamikra. He would have made a huge difference, and this is the full-time confirmation. Kandy with 5 tries, 33 points under their belt, and defeats Havelock Sports Club 12 points with just 2 tries. And we'll now take a look at the second half highlights. Kandy started off with a brilliant try on their set piece move. Here's the replay. Bonako Dangamua feeding Roshan Veeraratna as Kavindu Pereira went over, and the offload to Lavanga Pereira as they scored their 3rd try. Tarendra Ratwata converting right under the post, and a quick tap taken, and Tarendu Chaturanga went over. He would have taken Randy Silva and Sandesh Jayavikrama any day of the week, as Tarendra Ratwata yet again, and Mithun Hapugoda with the try, and here's Oshan Pereira. A try assist from Bhavantu Dangamo with his first touch as well, and Nigel Ratwata converting, and here's the second try. Finally Havelock managing to get that rolling maul correct. Their lineouts were wobbly throughout the game, but finally in their final move they managed to score through that, and Sandesh Jayavikrama put that conversion as well, and take a look at the stats breakdown for today. Here's how the game panned out. 33 points to 12. 5 tries, 4 conversions. 2 Kandy compiling that 33 points and 2 tries and 1 conversion to Havelock, forming the 12 points. And Buona Kudangamua, our player of the match, for his defensive effort today. And he was brilliant in defense. So was the rest of the Kandy forwards. They defended like their hearts depended on it. And the next week fixtures, Army will take on Navy at Velisara. That's on the 6th of March. And CRNFC will take on CHNFC. That's at London Place. That's on the 8th of March. And we have 3 matches on the 8th of March. That's Havelock SC taking on Air Force at Havelock Park, and Kandy taking on Police here at Nittawela. So we'll bring you the last week fixtures live as well. And that's it from the www.thepapare.com. And we'll be signing off with the technical crew and the production crew. Have a pleasant evening.
Tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. Exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර්, සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable.
Stand by break. 3, 2, 1.
This